streaming this. The reason being is so that I don't have to download everything and then turn around and then upload it and deal with all that mess. So by streaming the VODs, I can just export it straight to YouTube, and then we can have it for sharing it with all you guys whenever you want to watch it. So either way, I'm going to look at the three scrim matches that we had against the Baker squad. So to give you an idea of who you were playing against, I know I didn't tell you, but those were basically all of them were former players of mine, different graduating classes from Baker. The highest ranked there, I believe, was Gold 1, which was jolly. So we can look at this for a second. So I'll kind of give you an idea. So Caden here normally played ADC or jungle. He kind of split between those two. If he goes mid, he's pretty much a a 2 or 3 trick in the mid lane. Peyton here played pretty much every role for me. He kind of almost like a jack of all trades, kind of like our current Peyton. So it's kind of odd that it worked out that way. But either way, so he was playing ADC. He's very comfortable on ADC. Okay, John here, jungle main, played a lot of Udyr. I don't know if he plays Udyr anymore, but definitely he traditionally has been our strongest player. Of course, you didn't know that, but again, just traditionally, he's been our strongest for sure. I'm a scrub. You know who I am. I don't play support as much anymore as I used to. I'm still trying to get a grip on, how I want to play support. I don't like playing tanks, so when I'm forced onto a tank, I'm definitely uncomfortable. And then Townsend here, he believe played a lot of support, but in this particular game, in his series he went top, which is okay. It's better that he goes top than I go top. We'll put it that way. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this. We're gonna start this replay. We're only gonna look at like the first 15 minutes of each one, and I'm gonna touch on really everybody. It's not like just one person in particular that we're going to be looking at and talking about. It's really the team as a whole. So let me go through here and cut my sound down a little bit. Actually, this is going to be more the ambient volume, I believe, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's look first at our kind of team comp and what we're looking to do here. We do have 2 tanks, which is really good. Right, we've got our Rammus and we have our Braum, which is he's not going to get super tanky unless they snowball that lane. But then we have Jax and we have the Pantheon. So we have a lot of AD damage. A lot of AD damage. So I don't know what the goal was with this. I know that we really pinched Anthony's champion pool. That was intentional. And of course we targeted jungle as well. I don't particularly like the Rammus. Just personal opinion. Y'all can disagree with me. That's fine. But I don't like the Rammus. I don't believe that he brings enough to the jungle. He's very one-dimensional. You see enemy, you roll at enemy, and you have a single taunt, and that's it. So I feel like we're lacking. We have like a lot of, this is, single target. We have single target, and then we do have the big AoE kind of disruption here from Braum, but I feel like this team is really good for getting picks, but not so much team fighting, because the Kai'Sa can join in a fight at range. So if we work a split push with this comp, because you have the jacks, I almost feel like you needed to split with this one. You put your jacks and your Pantheon in the side lanes, let them split, because hopefully they'll get to a point where they can 1v1, and then if your Kai'Sa just hovers around that area looking in, as soon as one of these two go in and that stun hits, Kai'Sa can ult in, and then you instantly win a fight. Gives you map pressure. But either way, we're gonna play this forward a little bit and see what happens. Like I said, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. If you look on the other side in our team comp, which isn't necessarily great, but we do have the Maokai for a lot of CC. We have the Katarina that's going to give us a lot of team fight. The Renekton, who can pop his ult and go in and be a nuisance. And of course, Jin's just really strong right now in general. So I don't want to tell you to become meta slaves, but a lot could be said for playing champions that are really strong in the current meta. So consider that. Look at tier lists and what champions are performing well right now. I'm pretty sure I keep disabling chat and it keeps coming back up. Yeah, that's really bizarre. I do not like the changes that they made in this patch. All right, anyways, we're gonna zoom out here, and then, oh, sorry about that. So we're gonna move this over. Okay, so we're gonna speed this up. I may have missed something here. Okay, so this is level 1. So level 1, we need somebody here. If we're not planning on invading, we need somebody here. We need somebody here. Right here. So the reason why we don't want to be all the way back here is because we could walk up, our team could walk up and sneak into the mid brush here, and you won't see it. So bring mid lane up to right here. Someone stand here, and another one. You don't have to stay here in this brush because, well, it should be okay because there's nothing to really like hook. If there's a hook champion, this would be really risky. You could step forward into this area to try to watch, but either way, this is risky because you're not catching us coming in. So that's why I toggled that vision there. So we're gonna play out. So we do see, there we go. So that's better. But I would hover here, not just kind of come back and forth there. And then we also have, so Pantheon's here. Then I think I come up here and just harass. I get called toxic. Yeah, so this here, still, a big no-no. Like, I don't know why we're here, like, dancing in the middle of the top lane when we have nothing. Like, we're not watching our jungle entrances. We could be being invaded right now, right? We have no way of knowing that. You just completely lose tempo with your jungle clear. All right, so we get the leash there, which is good, and then we're gonna let this kind of play out and see what the director is gonna point out to us. I think you're playing the Katarina matchup well. I'm gonna have to come back and keep looking at it, but she doesn't really spike until she gets level 3, and you can kind of bully her early, which you were doing. I think it's better for you to start bullying her when you get your E, which I'm assuming you're going to get at level 2, so that you can block a lot of her trade damage. Here, I'm not sure why we're going aggro. On the Renekton. So he's just going to bully you, and then he's going to charge up his fury, and then you're just going to heal it all back. So we jump back a little bit, and we're going to look here. It's almost like, are you using your E to farm? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. Yeah, you need to save that E. That E is something that's going to prevent him from all-inning you like he does right here. So having that E ready, once he gets his Fury Bar to red, he's wanting to fight you. So because your E was down, he's like, oh, okay, free trade. I can do that. Okay, you use your E here. Okay, he can walk away. Now he has his Fury Bar. Your E is down. If he wanted to take this fight, he could. There he goes. It's going to force your flash out here. Nope. Okay. Either way, you lost out on the trade. He burned flash. He thought he could kill you, but that's the trade pattern. That's why you were getting bullied, is because your one ability that you had to counter him, you were wasting. And so he was just basically abusing that. All right, question pings go down from us. We know that Pantheon is roaming. This is a really good roam, but our top laner's low, and this is a huge minion wave. So this is not going to go well. Okay, it panned out. That's super risky. We'll look at it again. Fortunately, he didn't have any wards, but this is a huge minion wave that you're going to be fighting into when you look at the difference here. So those minions are going to end up doing a ton of damage. We'll see how he played it out. Yeah. I think instead of his running away, had he come up through the minion wave and played in brush, I think he could have traded 1-for-1 with you guys, just because of the minion wave there. Anyways, all right, so that was a really good roam, and we saw that too in the game with the rumble, so that was really good. All right, we're gonna speed this up. We're gonna kind of let things play out. I'm keeping vision just on your side, so we know what's going on, what you were seeing from your perspective. I like the wraparound gank here. It's really good. Okay, so I don't even know why I'm even mentioning the word Rammus mechanics, but I'm not sure why we face planted into the minions here on the Rammus roll. You did still have time on it, so like you're not gonna hit her here. So it almost would have been better for you to, as you're speeding up, maybe even wrap around this way and force her into some area. At least keep her there for a little bit. And now, of course, now we can taunt. There's the E. And then the spear misses, unfortunately. But that was a really, really good gank. The only thing I would say in addition here is maybe stay and try to get this pushed, because Pantheon is super low. He doesn't have TP. He doesn't have ult. So she's actually getting a free push into tower here if she's staying, which she doesn't. So that's something that I don't know if y'all communicated here, but something that I would consider helping your laners out with. Do I need to shove the wave for you so that you can, recall and not lose plates and things of that nature? But they do both end up staying, it looks like, which is good. So now Pantheon's going to get the shove in. All right, so we're losing CS top. Just focus on farming top. Bot lane's doing well. Okay, so at this point, this is where I start to wonder what he's gonna. In my mind, the Pantheon's gonna die before the Ramus gets here. So I'm seeing Kayn on this side of the map. I would almost invest something down here, coming down on this side, warding. It also would have been great if Jax came over, because Jax has instant, access to this. He doesn't need lane priority. He just it's on our side. So we can have 3 collapse on 1 here and get a kill on the Kayn. So he dies. Kayn's gonna have his wall walk here pretty soon, and he can probably get away from this. Here comes Jax. Okay, there's the heal. There's Renekton. So now we have, this is turning into now a 3v2 in their favor. Renekton queued too early and didn't get his heal. They could probably turn this on him. No? Okay. Alright, triple kill on to Jax. I missed that. So, really good. In the meantime, you do get wards on Drake. So, really good. I like that. So, at this point in the game, y'all have 1,000 gold lead. Y'all know this game kind of snowballed out of control. So, I'm looking for where the break point is. Y'all do get Drake now, which is a good call. So, early game. I didn't remember early game going this well for y'all. So let me go back to this play that happened here. And I want this to kind of stand out. Just because it worked doesn't mean it was necessarily the right call. And I'm not saying this wasn't the right call, but I do want you to keep that in mind, that we don't want to reinforce the decisions we made based on the success that they had, because ultimately there may have been a better call. I think they misplayed some of that. It was fortunate that Kayn's wall walk was down, or he didn't have mana for it. But either way, he did try to wall walk here and get out. He re-engaged, which he may not, probably shouldn't have done. The Renekton didn't save his Q for the empowered Q to get, a maximum heal off of it. So there are a lot of little things that they could have done to play that a little better. You capitalized some off of their misplaying, okay, if that makes sense. So looking at the game state now, Jax is pretty big. He's 4-0. He hasn't been farming well, which is concerning. The Renekton is still out farming him, although it's not making up for the 4-kill differential. We're going fairly even in the mid lane, and we're fairly even in the bot lane. So at this point, with Jax winning this hard, let's divert some attention top lane and kind of abuse that pressure that he has right now. So although we got Drake, now we need to immediately be looking at getting this next, getting this Rift Herald as soon as it spawns, letting Jax come in, or even throwing in a gank in here and keep the Jax going strong. Because with Jacob being so new to the game, if he gets that far ahead and we can keep pushing him ahead, then that would be really good. All right, so let's look at this gank right here. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm okay with a 1-for-1 there. I'm wondering if you shouldn't have just taunted the Jhin instead of the Maokai, because it doesn't matter what you do to me. It doesn't matter what you do to the Maokai. You're going to put the Maokai behind, but all the Maokai is going to end up... I'm going to build Imperial Mandate, and I'm gonna build, tank after that. That I already know what I'm gonna do. If I die, I die. My role is not to do damage. My role is to provide crowd control, and I'm going to be able to do that no matter whether you put me behind or not. So really, I would say taunt the Jhin and focus the Jhin in that one so you can shut him down. With the Jhin dead, then we no longer have wave clear down here, and then you can start getting those plates a little more easily, because I'm not going to be able to clear them on Maokai. Safely, at least. That's what I would almost say, like, target, selection window. Because so now he's here getting solo XP and farm. I don't believe Kane gets anything off of this. Okay, he does. Okay, this threw us off why the Pantheon came in with no health. I think what we didn't realize is that all the damage was done to you as you were ulting. Yeah, I wanted to see this because I didn't see what happened. Yeah, there goes your ult. Okay, wow. In comms, we were like, why is he ulting with only 10 HP? But that was I'd say that is a good ult to defend. And it was, I would say it'd been better if the ult was down here. But because you got chunked so much, it actually worked out for you that it was here. So that you didn't, insta die as soon as you came in. I don't know what we're doing here. It's already warded. There's no reason to be there. Let's just get out. I mean, are you trying to? If you're trying to fight the Kane, the problem here, if you're coming in to try to fight the Kane, is Cat can join, we can join, and Pantheon's low. So this is really hyper aggressive. I'm not really sure why we wanted to make this call. And now y'all are really pinched. We disappeared from lane. Y'all should be calling that out, pinging it out, and then now we just collapse on it. So really, really aggressive there. And then I don't know. Honestly, I would have abandoned the jungle there. I wouldn't have even joined that. That was not helpful here. So you kind of gave away part of your lead there. So now you see it swinging the other way. Let's go back top and see what happened here. So Renekton's level 6 with full fury. Okay. Okay, you lost that trade. Okay, let's look at this. You start even, pretty much, right? Even on health. And you initiated this trade. You're actually starting this fight with more health than he has. He's able to turn it full combo you, right? And he's running press the attack. So that 1W is going to max stack press the attack. Okay, so you had more health than he did. This was the result of the trade. So in your mind, you can't trade with him right now. What's happening is it's just you're getting out-kitted by the Renekton. His kit, his rune choice, you're having to stack up Conqueror. He gets full value out of that, out of his press attack with just one ability. So he's winning trades against you right now. You've got to remember that. So now I know, based on this, I can't fight him. Because I just tried to trade into him with higher health than he did, and he came out on top. So at this point, I'm just gonna let him push into tower here. Okay, but you take the fight. There he goes. Max attack, max fury. Yeah. There's no way he's going to lose that. So it's going to end up the same way that it did before. Watch his fury. He pops ult, which instantly gives him fury, and now he's just going to turn on you. So yeah, that not learn from those earlier trade patterns. Can you win the trades or not? And you showed in that one that you couldn't, and then we still continued to fight that. So not really sure. So let's talk about what happened as a result of that. As a result of that, now we lost pressure here on Rift, or any sort of pressure we could have had. Mid lane's missing, top lane is there, but he's full health. He just got a kill, so he's getting tower plates here. So now, if we were to try to do something with Rift, we don't have the ability to. Yeah, you just got basically just Katarina'd. She came out of the fog and all of her dashes. So that's really unfortunate. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see what's happening here on the map. I don't remember what happened down here. Oh, y'all stayed. Okay, here's what's really stupid about this is once you get under tower, I'm just going to throw saplings and then he can W and kill you. Yeah, so that was unfortunate. And then we can really do the same here. My W, or my E slows. And then, then we can just dive here. And that tower did a lot of damage. Unfortunately. It's okay. Good take here with the Rift. A good answer to stay in it. You're 3,000 gold down, but look at where the gold is swinging. We did get the gold lead top, but then look at the CS differential. We have a CS differential mid, a huge CS differential in the jungle as well, and then bot lane's relatively there, but we have kills. So it's basically you started in the lead, but we kind of threw the lead away. I would say that those leads were thrown away here and taking those really poor trades here. Bot lane didn't really see much action. As much as, there was one gank, I think, from each jungle down there. But now you see we're at the 3,000 gold discrepancy. All right. I'm not going to go through this whole game. Let's go back. I'm going to look at game 2. All right, let's see. All right, game 2. All right, so looking at the team comps, this one was really weird for me. I'm not really sure what the goal was from your team here. Jacob is fairly new to Gnar. If you're going to be scrimming, teams, basically be scrimming in the same environment that you would be playing a match in. Okay, so basically what I mean by that is don't scrim playing champions to try to learn them. And the reason why I say that is because you're really putting your teammates at a disadvantage, because in that you're still trying to learn it. It's not going to be actually what a match is. I wouldn't expect you to pull out second time Gnar in a match, a competitive match that we're doing. So don't do it in a scrim either. Use your solo queue and normal games for you to try to learn champions. that's fine. Don't do it in a scrim environment because we need everybody at their best on champions that they're really comfortable on. Okay. I actually really like the Shin pick because it gives us a tank with a little bit more agency than the Rammus. He doesn't have. I would. You could argue that his ganks aren't as strong as the Rammus, but he does bring a lot more. He has multi-target CC. He has the ultimate to be able to join in fights from a distance. So I really like the Shin. I really like the Shin. I actually really like the Victor as well because of the wave clear with his laser and the improvements that's been done there. Y'all got the Jin this game, which was really good. That was a really good pick to switch things around because, we took the Jin game 1. You took the Jin game 2. You see that it's a power pick. You can let it through and then pick it and take it from us. Great job with the Jin. And then we really pinched Chandler here and putting him on a... we took away Galio and Rakan each time that we played. So here's where I feel like this falls apart. I feel like it falls apart with the Gnar because who is the Shin going to ult onto in those big fights? Okay, so if you are looking to, if we get to the point where blue team is forcing fights, who on this? If we're forcing fights, then that pretty much nullifies the Shin ultimate because he's not going to be ulting in on those big team fights. He needs to be ulting in when y'all have some sort of like hard engage to get into the fight, and then he can ult onto them. I'm not seeing who you were going to ult onto here with the Shin. You could say the Thresh, well, it's very conditional with Thresh hitting the hook. And really, he was hitting hook after hook onto me. But, whatever. I don't care. I'm just the support. He's not getting the back line. And we really need that Shin to be able to ult in and get on the back line there. So then you could say, okay, well, the Gnar. Well, the Gnar started Triforce. So the Gnar is just going to get completely obliterated. I don't agree with the Triforce start. Jacob, you need to be playing weak side. You need to be playing tanks. If you want to play Gnar, if you want to learn Gnar and get better at Gnar, okay. But I would say let's look at playing Gnar as a tank if you want to play Gnar. That's kind of where I'm at. All right. So I definitely didn't like the Gnar pick. Okay. Let's skip ahead and see what we're looking at here. This is better. We have Jin here. So we have Thresh here. We have Victor standing up. Which is fine. We need somebody here. And again, Gnar is here instead of watching the jungle entrance. So we could, you guys could be being invaded right now. And you wouldn't know. Because you don't have anybody watching right here. So that's a little concerning. And so like this, again, if you're going to scrim, then like scrim as if it's a competitive game and get your good practice down instead of farting around in the top lane and dancing in the middle of a lane because you just like to see what the champion does. So now we have everybody on the team is watching a jungle entrance except for top lane for whatever reason. Okay. And we see pings going down like, okay, watch it now. So we were pointing that out at least, which is good. This one I'm probably going to focus more on the make the map huge now. I kind of like that. Probably focus more on where you're moving around the map with what you know. We have a fight breakdown here at the bottom. I think I eat. Okay, this was stupid. I'm going to rant here. I'm alcove gaming. You hit the hook, which is fine. I knew you were there because I throw bombs. This is what threw me. Your hook pulled me over this wall, which I didn't think could happen. All right, watch it right here. That was really dumb. That I didn't expect it. I was fine with being hooked and staying right here. Okay, this was a really cool play too. You flashed onto the trap. You didn't know it was there. He placed it. Let's watch again. We'll stay on this side. Flashed onto the trap. That hurts. Yeah, and that just, you're versus Caitlyn in a brush, so that unfortunately that happens sometimes. Okay, so what do we know here? We know that our bot lane just died. We don't know. Do we? All right, we don't know where Volibear is. Now we know where Volibear is. Volibear's topside. I like the wraparound gank. Please continue to do that versus just coming through here. The wraparound gank's really good. It gives them less time to react and move. It's unfortunate that Victor didn't get the assist on that, but it's okay. Alright, so no Volibear was just topside. He got this. Oh, they are. I think we're pinging somebody out. Let's see what happens here. Do you know Volibear's here? Yeah. Okay, you're 10 HP. You're 10 HP. Why are you fighting? It's 2v1. And you already expended flash. Like, really, you just entered there. You hit him there. I don't know if you could hear it. You heard him hit. So be content with that, because now you're just going to face check. I think you're looking for the Q here, but I mean, yeah, just not. So now you gave up kind of that pressure there, and Shin was in the area, so now he can't really gank and do much. So he's got to reset. Jin's becoming a problem for us. So here, I would focus all effort bot lane. Let's snowball this Jin out of control. Dragon's coming up. Jin is ahead. Mid lane's even, pretty much. I mean, down 5 CS. Yeah, we can definitely do Dragon here. Or at least get wards on it. Starting it's low risky because we're all coming back on the map after a reset. But it's definitely something you need to be looking for. At least getting wards on. And if we can create, if y'all create a 4v4 here, y'all would likely come out on top. Actually, Victor. Okay, so Victor hasn't backed yet. So I'm not sure what Comps was saying here, but this is concerning. Because if a fight does break out and it becomes a 4v4, look at Malzahar versus Victor. Victor's, yeah, the CS is even, but Victor's just sitting on a Doran's Ring and no mana. And Malzahar he's already bought, well, because he died. After we killed him, we should have crashed that wave and backed and got a buy-in. So we had the Volibear gank. I think y'all lose Drake off of that. Let's go back and look at it. Because right here, you're ahead. Yeah, this swings the gold lead here. Okay. This is something that I had to learn the hard way, bot lane, is looking at your lane pressure and tempo and things of that nature. So y'all get the kill here. Caitlyn's dead. Let's go back. Let's go to where the kills are. Okay. Good kill on me. Alright. You just got a huge influx of gold on the Jhin. Right? Jhin, there's 450 there and then a big assist here. Okay. Look at the death timers of them, and that's telling you how much time you have right now before you need to recall. So can you efficiently push this wave into the tower, and does that give you time to be able to get a plate in order to recall and be back in the lane to match when we get back? All right, Caitlyn's dead for 10 seconds. So that's basically your window right now, because you want to be back here. You want to be here when she respawns so that you're making it back to the lane at the same time she is, because she's coming back having spent gold. If you're still in lane, it doesn't matter that you just got 2 kills. You haven't spent your gold. So you're at an item disadvantage, really, even though you're at a gold lead. One other thing, too, that's really concerning is we have 2 trinket wards on Victor. None of them have been placed. We have a trinket ward here on Jhin. So y'all both have a 0 ward score, which is definitely concerning. We need to get some vision here. So we can see the Volibear coming in, and we need to get some vision here. If you hit that blast cone anytime that it's up, it's going to keep him from hopping that wall. So dropping a ward somewhere in here, maybe even here, you'll catch him on the blast cone. But you want to see him way before he gets there because of his run in. So looking at this, there was a big wave coming in, and y'all didn't have a big wave to match it. Y'all weren't crashing a large wave into the red tower. So Caitlyn is up in 3 seconds. So honestly, here, I would be content crashing this wave and backing. Yes, you don't get the plate, but it's only, we're 5 minutes in. You're going to be able to get a plate. Okay, so now we are back on the map. Caitlyn's respawned. I've respawned. We're likely somewhere around here. Let's see. Okay. So I was a little off. So we're coming back. If you don't back now, or because you didn't back rather, we're going to match you or meet you back here in lane. What that's going to prevent you from being able to do is recalling. Because if you recall after we arrive, we get two things. We get a free push in your lane, and we've already backed and bought. So we get free plates. We also get free pressure on Drake. So this was a back timer issue. All right, congratulations. You got one plate. Now we're probably right here. Okay, I'm way off. Let's see what happens. You stay for a second plate. Super greedy. Very, very greedy. Jin could have gotten solo XP here, and that would have maybe given us an opportunity to come and ward here for the Volibear. But now you're basically forced to stay. You have to stay here now, because if you back, you're losing dragon pressure, and you're going to lose a plate on your tower. So now you have to stay. And we're here with an item advantage. Even though you have the gold lead and the kill lead, we have the item advantage because we backed and bought. Here comes the Volibear. And you're flashless. So we're instantly able to turn this back into our favor. So you really fed those kills away. Okay, you did not play that properly when you got the lead and the advantage. So now we have tempo. Now we've swung in our favor. The Jin is dead. We can start this. The Victor backed, so Malzahar can roam down too if he needed help with the Drake. We can 4-man the Drake here. So you had a lead, but you also now just gave a lot of stuff back to the Caitlyn. So here we're talking, what do we want to do? Do you want me to come up here and help you with Drake? You guys had vision on it, so you know the Scribe's Bloom caught us. So you know this is gone, right? You know this Drake is free for red side. So really just give it up. Just let us have it. Kate's gonna come down here, keep crashing, crash this wave, keep y'all under tower, and that's gonna enable us to, because this is a huge wave for y'all to farm. So that gives us free Drake here. Off of this swing here, you got a plate, but you lost the Drake. This plate was still going to be here when you came back to lane. It still would have been here. You could have come back, killed us both, and then still gotten it. But because you greeted for it, you kind of threw that lead away. Smart call to come top. I would say it probably would have been better instead of going to your jungle, because you knew Volibear was bot side, go straight into Volibear's jungle and see what's up, because this is going to be here when you get back. This will be here when you get back. So start further up so you can come up ward, maybe get a ward here, see if his chickens are up, take his chickens. If Victor can keep enough pressure here, Malzahar doesn't see you come in, maybe you could possibly even take Krugs, depending on if Wukong's going to have any knowledge of whether you're going to be there. And then on your way out, so not only did you counter jungle, then you still get the scuttle and you still get yours, because you started here and worked your way back. And you know Volibear's not going to be there to match you, because we just saw Volibear bot, and surely they're doing Drake. I'm going to zoom out here. Alright, so now we really know that they're on Drake. So you actually still have a window here to be able to counter jungle. Malzahar's low on mana, so this is a good time to gain. So you counter jungled anyways. I just feel like it would be much more efficient the other way around, because now Volibear's coming back on the map. So at this point, Volibear is probably on his way to his top side. No? He stayed bot side. Okay. looking, I would still give a lot of attention to bot lane. Yeah, y'all don't have the wards here. This is that double trinket here. Is that double trinket or is that trap? That's a trap and a trinket. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to get some wards up here. A ward right here would really be good. Or even a ward, maybe somewhere in here. That way you can see the ramp and you can see the blast cone. Because he's just going to blast cone over and then he has the mobility and I can speed him up. I think he ends up dying here off a really good hook. Yeah, that was a good hook. Alright, y'all did turn it, but now, because we have the health advantage here, Jen's going to go ahead and back. And now we get plates. And we're looking, okay, you just backed. We're going to crash this real quick and then get a recall. I can, the Zillion can clear the wave faster than the Thresh can. So we're just content, clear the minions, and we'll bail out. I would hold these. Don't hit these. Hold them. If you can. Hold them for the Jhin. Pull it. There you go. Just like that. That was really good. Let's go back and see what happened here. That was a good ult into the wall. But he's just going to double knock up you. And then you're standing in the... Yeah. He out-items you right now. You're just not going to be able to fight him because you've died twice. You may have the see it. You have... You know, it's basically he's one kill up on you. So you can't fight him without assistance, basically. He's already got... Yeah, he's already got Iron Spike, and you're sitting on 2 starting items. He's got Iron Spike and a longsword. This is good. I like the freeze here. Or at least setting up for a slow push. With that, y'all can... If the Shin hits... the Shin is level 6. So if y'all can stack up a huge wave here, y'all can crash it and let the Shin ult in on the Thresh if the Thresh hits a big hook. So we need vision on this. And he's up there. So anytime this neutral objective is down and your Rift Herald is up, let's keep vision on it. If vice versa, if this is about to spawn, let's get vision on it. We're not getting vision to be able to try to track the Volibear. So the Volibear is basically going wherever he wants, right? We have no deep vision. So we definitely need to work on that and being able to spot where he's at. So we got Scuttle. We see where he's at now. Gnar, they see what you're doing when you walk through that. It gives them vision. So you're not going to surprise anybody. You're pretty much just wasting your time. Okay, yeah, we'll just let this play out. That's fine. Shin ult comes in. Okay. So, so a couple things. You are really face tanking a lot of abilities, and in the I don't know if it's in the moment, it's just like I'll just eat the damage, but you really need to try to dodge some of this stuff. I'll give you an example here. You see this? Just sit right here. Just don't take the damage. Just come right up. Instead, you eat. I know you're trying to get closer, but the Shin's coming in, so you're getting the assistance, right? And really, I would say the Wukong is going to be more easily killed than the Volibear. So don't stand here and eat the damage. Like, it procced your bone plating too. So just, you see that come down, stand here. Okay. I think the ult just barely missed the wall there. Taunt onto the wall. There's another one here that happens. All right, you both have flash, right? Volibear ult is coming down. So, like, look how much damage it does, and we just eat it. And you'll even have to flash this. Yields, back up. All right. Walk this way. Walk up. Or if you really want to push this, then flash up this way. Out of it. But look at the chunk of damage that you take here from that. Right? So, and now you flash. So and really you didn't flash for any reason, per se. He flashed up, you flashed away from him. So I'm not really sure that, I mean, if you were going to burn flash, burn it to dodge his ult. So you have that health advantage still. So you keep some of that. So now really your health would have been more, probably right in here. I mean, if you're going to use it anyways. And then right here, I'm not really sure. We had broken comms. Like, who are we focusing here? Shin flashes this way, I guess, okay, to get away from the Wukong, but y'all need to be on the same page. So Shin's getting completely wrecked down here. Nar's chasing the Volibear, who's activating his E again in vision. You flash into it, free damage. He's going to get a shield, and he stuns you in it. By that time, Wukong can come up and join the fight. So definitely, y'all could have played that a lot better. And surprise, like Wukong had his ult that whole time, or it just came up. So a couple of things there. Honestly, I would just hold the wave here. You do still have flash. You did still have flash, and the Wukong already wasted his. So if you wanted to live there, you could have. So now what does this do? Well, we lose Rift Herald pressure. Volibear's likely going to back here. Or he can just heal up off of these Krugs. He may go Rift Herald off of that. Nope. Does Rift Herald not show up here? Alright, so the time spent top lane, I think, would have been better invested bot lane. Because if you're going to keep ganking, like, we've lost top 100%. And now he's super far behind. We look at the item discrepancy here. Wukong's likely coming back with his mythic. And then Gnar is just sitting on components because Trinity Force is so stinking expensive. And now you're losing, and you're still building damage. Like, you've lost lane, and you're still building damage. You definitely need to divert away from that and start building some tanky stats. Good hook. Great job there. The burst threw me off. I couldn't ult. I did tell them in comms that I was inting this game. So this is where you need to be this is where we need to be focusing our attention. Not top. We need to focus that we need to snowball this Jhin out of control. Because the Zilean on the other team likes giving away free kills. On the flip side, they're likely going to be putting a lot here, snowballing the Wukong, so he just becomes a big split push threat. So really, y'all could probably flip the map and do vertical jungling. It's likely that Volibear is going to be up here. It's likely Volibear is going for this now because y'all took Drake. No? Where's he at? He's bot side. Wow. So this was real. This is a lot better here. You're recalling while the wave is reset. You haven't gotten another plate yet. That's okay. You got the Drake. You may not even get another plate before they roll off, but that's a good back timer there to be able to get back and not give up a lot of lane pressure. If this is your control ward, Cal's not going to be happy with you because remember one of the things he was saying is this ward only benefits you. We need to get the ward out here, right here, and we're just able to collapse here. Let's kind of look at how that played out. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Wukong's got a lot of pressure here. And then we don't have really any vision. Now you get vision here because you're standing here. But you had a trinket ward. I would say while you're right here, ward over that wall. So you can see the volt, and then you can hover topside. Right now you can't hover bot because you have no vision. But here he comes. He can speed up, throw his E. I think you greeted for farm there. It was a valiant effort trying to trade the 1-for-1. Alright, so now we get Rift. Well, they get Rift. Based off of that. We just get swinging things in our favor. Nar's trying to all in a Wukong that's 2 levels ahead of him and has his mythic. You're not gonna fight him, Jacob. You just need to try to save your abilities to farm and get out of fights when he tries to engage. Alright, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go back. And let's look at game 3. Y'all did end up losing. Was that the one? No, this wasn't the one y'all lost. Y'all lost game 3. I mean, you did lose it, but I'm thinking the one where you had the Nexus down to like 10 HP. So definitely some questionable things in that one, I would say. Just because we had not really sure how we were going to really like force fights and then utilize the Shin ult there. I think that some awkward back timers in the bot lane, and then this I don't like this pick, at least not right now. I don't think it really fit into what y'all are trying to do. All right, last one. This one, a lot better. I like that we switched the the Shin up to the top lane, then we no longer have the issue of who is the Shin gonna ult onto, because the Shin can ult onto the Shaco, who's gonna be in the back line. The Shin can ult onto the Leona, who can E in to the back line, and not only is she Eing on, she can E to the front line and then ult the back line, and then Shin can ult onto her. It's just I think bringing the Shin here is much better than having the Shin in the jungle that last game with a Gnar top lane. I think you'd have needed something different, like a Malphite. Anything that can dive and get onto that back line, that's where the Shin's really gonna shine. So I definitely like it better here. All right. Let's see if we get more of the same. Shin, stop running down lane. Jacob, stop running down lane. Like, we don't need to. You're doing nothing here. Absolutely nothing. You need to watch this jungle entrance. So you notice the split, how we see this one, we see this one. This could have been better. Akali needs to be up here. And we see this entrance. And y'all have no coverage right here. If we were running something that we wanted to invade, you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't even see it. We are maxing that DPM here. So by 130 you roam down, but like at that point we're already in your jungle. All right. Okay. All right. So we're starting a lead here, which is good. We survive here in the top lane. All right. This is the cue that threw me off. So I'm right here. I don't know what we're gonna get here. You queue over the wall, but I don't know why. It's a little too, definitely a little too early for that. So now you just gave away where you are, basically. So if I were Volibear, I'd be beelining for the scuttle right now. He knows he's going to get it uncontested. You see us pinging, like, why did he just queue the wall there? So now Volibear is not going to go for scuttle. Come on. Go for scuttle. Yeah, yeah, Shaco's not there. That's free. I think he just gave up too much information by doing that. Alright, so Rumble did back. So Rumble's ahead. Again, we have 2 trinket wards that we're not using. Granted, Volibear didn't do anything with his gank. I think he's oh, this is when we swapped junglers. Yeah, he's not a very aggressive jungler, by the way. The Volibear that we had this game. You see how indecisive he is. Like, he comes here and he just sits in this brush. He said he was having internet issues too, but I don't know. Even if he was having internet issues, I think he would have auto-pathed here. So either way, you definitely need we need some wards over here. Like here in this brush, here on this ramp. You need to be able to see him coming. Okay, here it is. All right, we're going to switch vision here to red side because I want you to see what he saw. Okay, so, like, you should have auto-attacked there, Jacob. Because you had grasp up. Okay. 2, 3. You just hear that like, whatever. You have grasp. You need to attack him so that you heal. Right here, you're just letting him trade with you for free. Okay, you procced it there. Yeah, so he did see you right here before you queued. So he knew you were in the area. But now he's got full fury. Just give it up. Just give it up. He's just gonna, yeah, that, y'all really misplayed that. You're one shot. You're one shot, and he's gonna dash through your box. So it doesn't matter if your box is there. Honestly, you'd put the box here. But he saw you walk into that, and so he doesn't need a target to dash to. So I felt like that was a little, we were trolling a little bit there. Now, we know that the jungler's dead, but Volibear's not in the area. Like, this would have been a great time for our team to start Drake. Bot lane's doing well. You guys are even. Mid lane's definitely doing well. And then we're having kind of around the struggle bus right now with the jungle. We just don't have pressure on the map right now because we don't have 5. Okay, now everything should be back to normal. Shaco's back on the map. That's a good shield. That's a good shield to block a lot of the damage, but you know, he does have his ult. He's got the level advantage on you. Here's another thing to consider playing Shin top lane is you don't have a combat ultimate. So you're almost at a disadvantage here playing Shin because he has access to 4 abilities. You only have 3 that you can use up here in a 1v1. Rumble TP's in. Rumble had some good TPs this game. Yeah, I would say y'all bail out on this one once the Akali started roaming up. Because they have a... Now Shin just dinged 6, so we need to look to use that. Let's look at what happened here. I led you on a chase. Alright, so... the Shaco comes in for a gank. Let's give just y'all's vision. So, alright, he eased away. Alright, so if Shaco's going this way and Jin's going this way, Leona, I would say come down this way to cut me off. But I just alcove you for a little bit. I got the 3-man, and now you're all grouped on this side. So then it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to waste more of your time. So y'all really, like, you didn't, like, group me in. You wanted to get both kills, but I think you should have just gone for the one. So now lead you up this way. Buy enough time for the Volibear to come in. We get the trade kill. 1 for 1. I'm okay with that. Because Leona got the... Like, I'm okay with that as the Seraphine. Leona got the kill. Jin died. Ezreal's able to stay and pick up some extra farm. He knows you're there. You're not going to get behind him. If you've got somebody pinched right here, surround them. I think that would be the better play. This was really good, and I was even commenting in chat that I feel like this play turned out really well. We had the Shen ult. We need to look to use it. Every time that Shen ult is available, we need to look to use it. We can look at to create an instant numbers advantage on a neutral objective. We can use it to instantly get a numbers advantage in a gank. And I felt like you utilized this really, really well. So that Shen ultimate, kind of think of it like a Nocturne ultimate. It's your go button. Every time it's up, we want to make something happen. Try to be proactive. So I like this here. And then you're going to taunt, and then you instantly back off to drop turret aggro. It looked really good. Shove the wave. Back out, reset. Okay, so where are we looking at with Drake? Drake is up. We need to get some vision on Drake. Every time Drake is up, we need vision on it so we know if they're on it or not. But we're pretty much dark on the map. Like, look, we have no vision. We've got a Shaco trap here, but there's no vision to even try to track the Volibear and where he's going to make our laners safe. So once we get those advantages in some of our lanes, we need to push out. All right, this, I don't... Help me out, Chandler, here, why we're backing. I know you haven't bought yet, but it's just a little risky to leave here and leave Jin in the 2v1. Because we're just gonna try to poke him out. I'm gonna try to zone him off here. And so he's not, he wasn't able to CS that whole time you were gone. Because he was too afraid to step up. And because you backed while Dragon was up, it gave us that weird kind of tempo advantage here. All right. So we have vision on the Drake. Shaco doesn't have flash. Shaco doesn't have a blast cone to use. Even if you stole it, even if you stole the Drake, you're not getting out. Right? Even if you stole it. Congratulations, you got a Cloud Drake, the first Drake of the game. We're still good. Like, whatever. You stole the Drake, we got the kill. And now we have, like, we have pressure. So Volibear can come down here to try and counter jungle. He has ult, so we can look for a dive. So you see, I'm trying to help push this wave here. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. He just really misplayed that. That really should have turned out better in red side favor than blue side. He just wasn't patient enough. So really, here was the plan. Shaco's dead. We turn this into a 3v2 dive with the Volibear ultimate. But we can't do that. We really need to get this minion wave. He's on vision. He knows he's on vision. He just walked across a gen trap. So you just wait. Just wait. Be patient. It's fine. Just sit right here. It doesn't matter if y'all see where he's at. You're backed off a tower. You're not defending it. But he goes aggro for some reason, and we can't join because there's such that large area. So he misplayed that pretty hard. We just need to get this wave pushed. So y'all really capitalize off of his stupidity, really. It just wasn't well played by him. Good answer on the top side here with Volibear just dying bot, so we can go ahead and go up here and start Rift. Seraphine's so squishy. Alright, we see a Kali. We saw her on the map, we pinged her. She shows back up mid, you know you're good to go. Oh, you're looking to collapse on the Ezreal. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Your best bet is to keep diving me the entire time. Every time Seraphine's in lane, just keep killing her. Keep her dead. I like this. I like the gank here. I like the box. The box was in a good spot. Kind of pin her in. And then you ulted his ult, which I thought was good. I think it just took way too long. And Shaco's a little behind right now from farm. I think if you were stronger, maybe. Also, I think if you were AD, because like with your backstab, I don't know. I don't play a lot of Shaco now, but AP, I'm not certain that AP is strongest right now. You did do well ulting her ult. I thought that was really good. That was really clean. Unfortunately, she's just got way too much mobility for you. Good collapse here from the bot lane. Turning that. Perfect. Don't chase the Akali. Alright, good job. So the game's fairly even right now. Alright, so no neutral objective on the map. We've got, both of y'all have a trinket ward. They're not in lane. So we need to use this opportunity to try to get some wards in their jungle. Shove this out if y'all need to back. I can't see. What's the, there it is. Yeah, Jin's sitting on 2,000 gold. We need to get him back in bot. We don't need to just sit here. Nope. It's too late. What? All right, so you ward here, but if Volibear blast cones over, he's just going to pop his Q and run at you. So this doesn't give us enough of a warning. We really need to put that ward higher. If y'all are looking to crash this, Leon needed to help. Okay, so now, because y'all took so long, we're back in lane already. So now you're forced to stay or lose a plate. That Jin's putting out a lot of damage, though. Okay, so now we're just going to hard push this because you just backed. All right, so I want you to notice the difference here, because I want y'all to be able to take the leads that you're generating bot and turn it into an advantage. Okay. All right, so you see us back off. So here's in our mind what we're thinking on. Here's what Seraphine Ezreal is. We push this wave. So I'm hitting it, right? I'm hitting it as the support. Meaning I'm weakening it for my ADC so that he can farm it. Y'all come back. Y'all are stuck here. We're taking this chance right now to be able to recall because it's on a cannon wave. This cannon wave is going to come into, we have our cannon wave right about here. And they're going to meet roughly right here, because you still have minions here that you're not hard clearing. So we're looking for those to meet here, which is going to have it take a long time for you to push. It's difficult to push into a cannon wave. It's hard to push a cannon wave faster than you would. I mean, that's just, they have more health and they do more damage to your minions, right? So we're taking this opportunity to get a really good back off. You need to back as well. You're sitting at 2,000 gold. Chandler's sitting at 1,200 gold. Y'all really need to buy. So honestly, what I would do is quickly clear this and reset the wave. I wouldn't pull it. Okay, so now all you're doing here, by doing this, you're setting up a slow push. It's going to push because the cannon's going to push this. You're setting up a slow push, which means you're still going to be in lane by the time we get back. You're also giving us a lot of minions by slow pushing. So you're not actually denying us of anything right now. You're not denying anything at all. And really, if anything, you're denying things from yourself, because now what's happening is, we left. We're not in lane. If we were in lane, we'd be stepping up trying to farm. So because we're not in lane, that means we're back. We're buying. We're coming back to lane having bought items. Yes, you are ahead in the gold department, right? 4,000 gold to 3,700, 3,200 gold to 2,600. You are ahead in gold, but because you haven't spent all of that gold, Ezreal has spent more gold. I'm gonna do quick math, right? If you're still sitting on 2,000, then you've spent less than 2,000, right? If he's sitting on 1114, then he's already spent 2,600. So he's spent more gold than you have. Therefore, he has more items than you have, and you are the same level, right? So even though you're winning lane right now, it doesn't matter because you're not actually utilizing the lead and the advantage that you have. See, we're slow pushing this. So you're content with staying in lane by the time we get back. When we get back, we have an item advantage on you. So yes, you're getting free CS right here, but I mean, all of these minions we're going to be getting because you're slow pushing it. You could have now you're willing to push, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're still going to get these. Okay, so now you're backing on a resetted wave that we are here to catch. So now we will start our push right here is where our push starts. We're not starting our push back here. We're starting it here. which means we have, and we just bought, so we're fine with staying in lane. We're fine with you backing and our staying in lane, because now we can then get a plate. So you see I'm using abilities on the wave. We're going to try to weaken this so the Ezreal can farm it. So now we crash this. So this gives us the opportunity. We had two decisions here. We can either stay here and try to get a plate and then be content and stay in lane, which is fine because we just backed, or we can throw a roam up here to mid lane because you can't answer it. This is a good collapse because we weren't able to get anything off of this. So it's good that y'all are roaming up here. Jhin is strong. Alright, so we have a split fight. We trade 1 for 1. The Rumble goes down for the Volibear. But our carries are still up. Comes the Renekton. Alright, so before all of that started, I think, so red side ended up with like a 2,000 gold lead. So before all of that went down, we're pretty much even. And so this really swung the game open. And I think here is where we messed up. I think we really messed up bot lane. This, whatever we were doing here in the bot lane, we needed to try to clean up that and get a good back timer so that we're on the map as the same time that the Seraphine and Ezreal's on the map. We want to be on the map. I really think too that for my team playing for Seraphine and Ezreal, we should have just taken a plate here and be content with that. This didn't develop fast enough. We took way too long. We needed Volibear to actually go in, and Volibear just would not go in. Had he gone in, we could have forced this before you guys even got back. But now that you're here, it's kind of like, oh, okay. I guess we'll fight now? I don't know. Like, he's still sitting on ultimate. He never used it. Okay, a couple other things, like here. I don't know that you had ult ready. So I don't know that I would walk down like this. I would almost stay up and kind of force the Renekton to stay here. Because the Renekton starts TPing, he's not going to start TPing because you can taunt him and stop it. Yeah, I don't know if I would ult on the... In that one, I probably would have ulted onto the Shaco. Because the Shaco was the one that was low. So your shield actually... Your Shin shield got no value. So now we have this awkward time here where death, these death timers are kind of staggered. All right, so in my mind, if I'm already a level behind as a jungler, this is only the second Drake of the game. It's not Soul. We don't have to int for soul or for second Drake. That Jin W did a lot of stinking damage. So we got the Drake. Shaco's in the pit. Fortunately, we're low on health, and that was a great Rumble ultimate. I think we messed up forcing this. We really could have reset and met you back on the map because you were down Leona. I think we should have reset here instead of forcing this Drake. And my dying here, really, this was a blind Gen W, wasn't it? It was. Like, Volibear needs to tank here. Volibear needs to go in and just hold them off and try to let us get out. Instead, he didn't do anything. And he still has ult. So that was a good turn, and then you brought the gold lead back off of our throw. Collapse a wave, get a tower, good pressure. You're not going to get the second tower. So split up. Bot lane's pushing. Leona is down here bot lane by herself. This is no good because you're not going to solo kill anybody. The only people that should be split pushing are people that can 1v1, and you're not going to be able to 1v1 anybody. So I would just leave this lane alone, and you need to be with the Jhin. All you're getting right now is XP because you're not even last hitting. So now you're losing a bunch of health. So now if a fight is going to break out, you're at a disadvantage when you didn't even need to be here. So now you're having to pop your potions, right? This was a really good TP. I couldn't get, now I can get close enough. I was waiting for to get close enough to charm. It was a really good TP. So now this is a free tower. Okay, Volibear ulted for some reason. That was a really bad Volibear ult, because you're not going to get the tower anyways with the Akali there. So he just wasted that. He used his ult for wave clear, to wave clear for a tower that y'all aren't going to get anyways. But, you know, they die, then your instant thought needs to be, yeah, this free tower. Let's get this. We already have 3 people here, let's collapse. They were here to answer it. Okay, now it's no longer a free tower. And we kind of stayed too long again. Remember, look at their death timers and how long it's going to take for them to get up off the map. If my Everfrost hit there, it would have killed you. I could have killed you because then I would have been able to root you. But now we have pressure because of the health. So it's kind of this tug of war back and forth, and it's a matter of like we want to try to reset it to neutral at worst. Is this the Alcove gaming again? I just wasted so much time. This was pretty nutty here. That was a really good snare. So we keep collapsing here. In the meantime, I'm not sure where Akali is and what she's getting with the Rumble roaming so much. Akali's still sitting here versus clearing mid and getting mid pressure. So you're really capitalizing on their playing things wrong. Y'all can kill her here probably. Yeah. Yeah, she entered. I'm not even sure why she's there. She's not going to defend it 1v2. All right, so yeah, you swung the game back in your favor, capitalizing off of their playing things incorrectly. So I think that game went much better. I liked the picks more. I did like the Shin top lane. If we have someone for the Shin to ult onto, the Rumble roamed quite a bit, got the Rumble ahead, and then y'all really blew this game out of control. Jhin got the pentakill, but then we kind of threw it here at the end. We are up 3,000 gold here. All right, just hit the Nexus. Just hit the Nexus. Let the Leona and the Shin. Yeah, just hit the Nexus. Y'all, all right, so y'all need to be peeling for the Jhin. So Jacob, you're tank, right? You're not the one that's gonna be doing all the damage to the Nexus. The Jhin is. So here we need to be peeling for. Let the Jhin step up down here. Jhin, you need to start orb walking this way. Okay, so don't stay here. Use the terrain here to your advantage. So Volibear has to go around it. Okay, so start kiting this way. Down, auto, down, auto, down, auto. Instead, Shin's doing nothing here. You're like tickling the Nexus. And so by that time we're able to respawn. Y'all could have ended the game right there. Now Leona goes for the exit, and then you got trolled by the inhib. So remember who does the most damage to structures. It's going to be your AD carry. And so now we have a numbers advantage on the map. We have an inhib. We can look to do this Baron. You got me. Psych. So this is free Baron for us. So now all the pressure you had is just like swung back over because you had the opportunity. You either needed to back right here and reset or hard commit to this. But nobody peeled for the Jhin. Well, I say the Leona was the only one trying to peel for the Jhin. We needed the Shin there. That was a good ult for the Rumble to try to steal it. This is where things get a little crazy, I think. Y'all are walking into no vision. So, little nerve-wracking there. I think we catch Leona out here, maybe? No. So, alright, so at this point, right, looking at this, your strongest member is Jhin. Red side has a permanent push, right, because of Baron buff. We don't really need to be right here. Rumble ult is down. We don't really need to be here. You can let red team push because look what they have to push through. They have to push through this. And yeah, they may get that tower, but again, that puts gold in their wallet that they haven't spent yet. So if you're looking, and this game is going to come down to one more fight. Why fight here when you don't have any vision? Like right where you've got you see two of us, but we see nearly all of y'all. Let's see, except for the Shaco, I think. Yeah, the only person we don't know where they are is the Shaco, but we see all. We know where you're at. You don't know where we're at. So I would almost say let them push. It's fine. Let the Baron try to expire. We don't need to hard group and try to fight right here. Okay, so we're forcing the engage with the Leona ult, which doesn't. I think it only stuns the. Yeah, it only stuns the Volibear. And then that gives Renekton access to the backline. So we don't have any Shaco traps here set up. So like again, it's not a very good area to fight in. Like I would let them push and let them pinch themselves into this area. Then we can have traps set up that we can bail out to. But the Renekton, I believe, gets on the. And y'all just line up for the Seraphine ult. So Renekton gets onto the Jhin. We have the additional combat stats from the Baron, and this is where we just kind of swing the game. And the other thing about this is notice Shin had ult, but he can't, like, he's not going to. Who's he going to use it on in a 5v5 like that? Well, he probably could have used it on the Jhin, but don't forget, like, who's going to peel for the Jhin? The Jhin is your win condition. The Jhin and the Rumble are your win conditions, right? Jhin has, his conditional mobility with his crit. So we really needed somebody down here, whether it be like a Shaco box. We need the Shin to hover him or the Leona, but we'll see what happens with the Renekton here. So both of our tanks that would peel walk up. Jhin walks back. Nobody's down here to peel for the Jhin. Shin gets charmed. Yeah, it was just a really poorly played team fight. Shaco's not far enough ahead to actually kill the backline. He's 2, 8, and 12. I would say if the Jhin survived that engage, y'all could have turned this. But where's Leona? Leona, Shin, Jhin. And you're giving access to the Renekton, because Renekton can dash and dash, right? He can slice and dice through y'all's front line to get to the back line. We'll slow down and see what happens. Okay, I wouldn't use your ult on Ezreal because Ezreal can just E away, right? So this ult right here was used to try and start a fight, but your Shaco's not in position. So this big CC tool that you just used, that you could have used to peel for the Jhin, is now down. Let's see what happens. So you do stun him here, which is good. But then he's going to, he's going to flash, slice, yep. There's the stun. And so now they instant access your backline. So the Leona ult would have been great right here, because they have two people on the backline while Yara up here and the Shaco's here. So Jhin was just kind of left out to dry. Rumble's back there trying to peel. You guys were charmed. Yeah, I would honestly, you have no vision. I would just let them push here. Let them waste Baron buff. It's a quarter of the way out. Yeah, I think you forced this when you didn't need to. Both tanks walked up. Okay. Let's charm them. Nobody's going to peel for the Jhin. And this Rumble ult actually went kind of wide. versus laying it down here for the Jhin to escape through. Yeah, so both your carries were left in the back line. Yep. And then they just push down mid and win. So yeah, so that's basically what happened in those games. Definitely some things to consider would be don't continuously try to trade in the top lane if you've already shown that you're losing those trades. Try to get really good back times off in the bot lane, because when you're clearly winning the lane, you need to find advantageous times for you to back and get out and get back on the map by the time that the enemy's back on the map, so that you have that item advantage. Because what's happening is you kill them, but you stay in lane so long that they are getting back in time, and then they have the item advantage. You have more gold, but you haven't spent any of it. And then those mid lane wards, we definitely need to get some wards more around the enemy jungle, because we're not tracking the enemy jungle at all. He's just kind of getting free ganks off everywhere. We don't see him until he's ganking. We need to be able to see him before he ganks. And then that's going to help us out tremendously.